Hey everyone, my name is Kelsey Kettner. I hope you're all having a great fourth week of the fall semester. I'm just letting you know, giving you like a little heads up for this video that I'm really sick and I hardly have a voice and can barely breathe out of my nose. So if you can't understand me, I apologize in advance. But you should be fine. So for this week, I'm just going to continue reading off the prompts that we are given. So what terms were the most important in this week's lessons? Honestly, the two that really just stood out the most to me were emergency preparedness and planning. So for emergency preparedness, like to me, that kind of means like a state of being ready or prepared for any sort of emergency or disaster. In our chapter reading this week, there was a definition given for emergency preparedness that I really liked. They used the word pre-impact activities. So the definition was pre-impact activities that establish a state of readiness to respond to extreme events that could affect the community. Yeah, I thought that was like a great way to word that. And then for emergency planning, to me, that is kind of just like developing goals or plans that will come in use or that can be necessary during an emergency. So I think planning is really important because during an emergency it is different for everybody and different for certain circumstances. Your resources, your community, environment, even the type of disaster will affect how your planning needs are met or what you need to plan. So, for example, you're not going to plan the same for a hurricane or flooding opposed to like a power outage. And yeah, the next prompt is like, what is the muddiest point for you? I don't know if this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because I didn't really have time this week, so I kind of had to skim through the article regarding children and youth and communication, so that could be why it's muddy because I kind of skimmed through it. But basically, I didn't really understand why we would use children to be communicators for disasters. I just honestly don't think children are trustworthy enough or know enough information regarding disasters to be effective communicators about it. It's a very serious topic, and people who are educated in it should, or who are involved in the community, should be really more sufficient for being communicators for this sort of type of topic. But yeah, that just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me why that was even like an idea, but that could just be my lack of reading the article thoroughly. And that's the class discussion question. So I have like a little insert of the chapter reading that my question is going to go off of. So I'll read you the insert and then I'll kind of just ask a question off of that. So in major disasters, hospitals might be overloaded. Destruction of telecommunication and transportation systems, such as like highways, railroads, airports, and seaports, could prevent outside assistance from arriving for days. And restoration of disrupted water, sewer, electric power, and natural gas pipeline systems could take much longer. Consequently, all social units must be prepared to be self-reliant for as much as a week. So I thought it was crazy that like a hospital will need to be self-reliant for a week. So my question kind of is, how would you expect a hospital to prepare for an event such as this as being self-reliant for a week? Because they are consistently busy. How is their time, or like who do you think would take the time out to plan and make sure everyone's ready for this kind of like a disaster that would cause them to be self-reliant? And yeah, and that is my week 4 video post. If you have any questions, feel free to just comment on my discussion thread and I can probably answer it for you because it probably is very difficult to understand me this week, and I'm sorry for that. Thanks.